All right, everybody, I am at Silver Dollar City, and I think I'm missing something. There we go, that's better. All right, guys, I'm headed into Silver Dollar City for the first time in 2020. I really don't know what to expect. You know, they have a lot more stricter guidelines than Adventureland, for good reason, because Silver Dollar City gets really busy. I actually had to make a reservation to get into today. This is pass holder preview. Some things we're gonna be checking out in this video today is gonna be Mystic River Falls. And actually, I'll hopefully be doing a full construction update if there's enough to show. But yeah, we'll be looking at Mystic River Falls, seeing the progress. It's not going to be open today. They are anticipating on opening it this 2020 season, so I'm pretty excited about that. Also, the new barbecue restaurant, hopefully that is open. And I can't wait to try some of that barbecue food. Barbecue is like one of my favorites, so I'm definitely, when I heard that was announced, I was pretty excited about that. Maybe just as excited as I was about Mystic River Falls. Okay, so that process was very painless. It was really smooth. It took about 10 minutes to get through the entrance, and they had everything very well organized. Not surprised because this is Silver Dollar City. I wouldn't expect anything less from them, but just bravo. That was very well done. They did a very good job of keeping people away from each other, even though there were a lot of people in that space. Everyone was well spread out, and the crowd was managed very well. So. Very happy to see that. I was wondering if it was going to be a strenuous process, especially since this is their first day really putting it into action, but no, they did a really good job. So I think I just covered up my mic the entire take on that, so if that take sucks, oh well. Mystic River Falls is, the tower is complete. I cannot wait to show you this. This is, wow. Seeing it in person for the first time, wow. Looks like Mystic River Falls is testing as well. That's so cool. See if we can get a better view down here. Oh yeah, it's going down. Okay, I've just been watching a lot of cycles of the testing for Mystic River Falls. It looks like testing is going full swing. They got the dummies in there. Still trying to get some good shots. They did a good job of blocking off a lot of the areas that I used to film. So it's a little tougher to get good shots. And there's a lot of trees in the way from showing the drop. But in person, it looks a lot taller than I thought it was gonna be, which is pretty cool. And the elevator lift just looks sick in general. And just like standing out here, people are gathering around. They're getting really excited about the ride. So that's really cool to see as well. Seems like some people are confused and think it's open just because they can see the water running, but it's not open yet. And so I've had people be like, is this the line? And I'm like, no, it's not open yet. I guess I look like I work here, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's just nice to see people getting very excited about the ride. It looks cool from the outside. The theming is done really well. And I was talking with an employee earlier, and we were just talking about how this really fits in well with the park. Really excited for this to get open. I'm excited to come here once it's up and running and share my thoughts and opinions on it with you guys. But yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here and get some more footage of these cycles. Hopefully I can get the drop. There's a spot I know of that I can get the drop a little bit. So if I can, they send another test, what is it? Is it a boat? Is that what it is? A boat, a tube, a raft? Whenever they send a test car up, I'll see if I can get good footage of it. I'm also outside the Hot and Fresh Cinnamon Bread, the new building that they have it in. So if you haven't been paying attention, they moved the Cinnamon Bread shop or restaurant, I guess you can call it. They moved it up right out in front of Mystic River Falls and the Rivertown Smokehouse. So there it is, Clarabelle's Cinnamon Bread, world famous. And ooh, is it what? I didn't know they had Starbucks in there. Okay, well, I'll have to go in there and see if I can get some coffee too. Okay, the new smokehouse has opened up, so let's check it out.
Looking good, guys.
Okay, this barbecue looks amazing. I'm so excited to try this out. All right, so I have, it might be hard to hear because Mystic River Falls is testing in the background, but we got our mac and cheese here, we have our beans, and then we have sausage, and then we have some kind of bread pudding thing, which looks really good, and then water. Let's get in and see how it tastes. All right, so I was just at the barbecue house, and I just taken a little bit of a break afterwards. It was pretty good. The quality was, you know, just your typical Silver Dollar City quality. Everything tasted well. I had the sausage with mac and cheese and beans, and everything just had a lot of flavor. Everything was rich. Just what you would normally expect at Silver Dollar City. The only thing that I would say was a little disappointing was the quantity of some of the sides. So if you were getting like your mac and cheese or your beans, they gave you just like a little cup, and which I thought was a little bit, you know, it's a little bit less, especially for what you're paying to eat the food, you know, how much you're paying to eat it. I would expect just like a little bit more as far as the size. But that was really the only downfall. Everything else I thought was good. There was also like a little bread pudding dessert. I don't know what exactly it was. That's typical me, is eating things that I have no clue what they are, but I thought it was really, really phenomenal. It had pecans in it, and it had the texture of cinnamon bread. So it was almost like a cinnamon bread pudding type dish. It was very good. I would recommend it. I actually asked, so this is, you can tell it's day one, and everyone's just trying to figure everything out, which is typical. You know, nothing against the park. I mean, it's day one. Also, because of the, you know, the virus, everyone's had very little time to train, and so they didn't know what it was called either. And so one day I'll figure out what that menu item is. You'll see it in the video, but it was very good, and I would highly recommend. So I'm actually just sitting outside of Outlaw Run. I haven't even ridden my first ride yet. I really wanted to try the food first. I'm gonna let my stomach settle. In a couple minutes I'll get on Outlaw Run and we'll start riding some roller coasters. All right, so here is the brand new cinnamon bread place. Oh my gosh, this thing has way more room. There's coffee now. This is awesome. If you remember the old one, it was crammed, and this one is a lot more spacious. Okay, so I had to cut the video short in the cinnamon bread house because I just had the biggest adrenaline rush when I realized that I had left my wallet on the table of the previous restaurant that I was at. Luckily, there was some good people that had turned it in, and I appreciate whoever that was because I had the biggest heart attack and he saved it. Now the line has gotten much bigger, so I think I'm going to hold off on going back in, but yeah, that was great. So I guess I'm gonna go do a roller coaster now that I'm amped up. Okay, so that was cool. The water's being drained for Mystic River Falls, so I guess they're done with testing today. I saw Brad Thomas walking around in swim trunks, so I'm gonna take it he was probably testing the ride. I thought I saw somebody. It was funny because I was watching the test earlier and I thought I saw somebody on it. Of course, they got... Yep, that typically happens in my vlogs. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw him testing it, which is pretty cool. Now that they're done with that, I think it's time for me to ride some roller coasters. Looks like Outlaw Run's got a 25-minute wait, so I guess I'm gonna sit in this queue and get on Outlaw Run. Okay, first ride on Outlaw Run in 2020. Let's go.
Are you sure you want to ride the front by yourself? Are you sure? Positive?
All right, so just did Outlaw Run. That was pretty, I mean, the ride's great as usual. So the situation in line, they have blue dots on the ground that signify where you're supposed to go, or where you're supposed to like distance. It was very like, as long as you have a brain, you should know that that's what that's there for. For people following it, no, not so much. Is it gonna be hard to enforce? You would literally have to have like people walking through the queue lines to, you know, police that. I don't think you can do that without breaking your own social distancing rules by having, you know, workers walking through there. So, you know, it's just people got to use common sense, and that can be frustrating. So then after you sit in line, and honestly, they're only running one train right now, and the train is about half full. So you can imagine the throughput on that is not so great. You know, what looked like probably was a 25-minute wait was probably about 40 minutes. Do anticipate that if you're coming to the park, even if it's reduced capacity, because of how they have to operate the coasters, you're gonna be waiting a long time in line. Even if there's not that many people in there, you're probably gonna be waiting a long time in line. So keep that in mind. I mean, those are gonna be the inconveniences. The ride-ops are doing the best that they can do in this situation, in this circumstance. And so that's good to see that they're at least putting their best effort in, and they're also making sure that we're safe as well. So that's good things. Also wiping down the trains, and when you go to get into your spot in line at the station, an attendant is there putting hand sanitizer in your hands. So they do make you sanitize your hands before you get into the ride. So that was the only really new things that I noticed. The ride is running a little sluggish at the end, which, I mean, the barrel roll, I was in the last row and I just felt like we were hanging there forever. It was some of the best hang time I've ever gotten on Outlaw Run. So not sure what's up with that, but man, I mean, the hang time was phenomenal. But the rest of the ride, I mean, you know, not riding an RMC in so long, like, I was like, holy cow. It kind of took me by surprise at first. Okay, I'm gonna get over to Time Traveler. I'm gonna do a couple roller coasters. I'm not gonna be here a lot today. It is so hot. If it wasn't for the weather, I would actually be enjoying myself a lot more, but the weather's kind of making it miserable right now, and I'm wearing a mask in this heat. Whew, it's like hard to breathe and stuff, so probably only be here for a couple more hours, but I do want to check out Time Traveler and some of the other coasters before I go. Okay, so I went over to Powder Keg, and it was it's pretty crowded over there, so I wasn't gonna even wait in line for that. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted there. It looks like as I was headed to Wildfire, a ride-out told me that they're down for maintenance right now. So, I think I'm gonna just head over to Time Traveler and call it a day. All right, now I'm down here for Time Traveler. Hopefully the line is not too bad. Looks like they're running multiple trains. So Outlaw Run, I don't know if I mentioned, but it was only running one train. They are running multiple trains here. Sorry, I just had a freaking wasp hit my face. It looks like Time Traveler is running two trains, but I think the line is out pretty far. So we'll see how long it takes for me to get on this. I'm gonna take a guess of 40 minutes. About to ride Time Traveler. So I just got off a Time Traveler, spinning really good because you don't really have anyone else in the car with you. You get a little extra spin on it. So I had a great time on Time Traveler. America's favorite ride-up, Josh, was there. So I got to say hi to him and talk to him about how things are going opening day. So as I was saying earlier, Outlaw Run, that barrel roll was going really slow, and so I actually found out that Outlaw Run actually did have some retracking over the off season, and so some of that retracking might contribute to why the finale was so slow, in a good way. Also, I did notice that that pothole at the bottom of the drop, that really rough spot, I noticed that that wasn't there anymore, and he said that he believes that that part was retracked as well. So that would make a lot of sense, and I think it really helped out the smoothness of the ride for sure. Ooh, I had to sit down because, man, it is hot. I'm out of breath with this mask on. But yeah, so Time Traveler was good, and I think they did a really good job of pushing people through. Time Traveler was able to run two trains, so that helped out a lot. I probably only waited about 20 minutes in line for Time Traveler, so, and that's not bad at all. The air conditioning in the queue lines is amazing. Silver Dollar City keeps everything in the queue lines very well air conditioned, so that's nice as well because today is brutally hot. Yeah, so with it being about 3 o'clock, I think I'm gonna call it a day because it is just that hot outside. I mean, it is. And also, you know, wearing the mask and everything, it doesn't allow you to really breathe very well. If you go into the food areas, they actually allow you to take off your mask. So I've been kind of sitting in the food areas, just taking a break, and that's been nice. So they've done a good job with capacity as well. They said about 6,000 people are at the park today, and they are keeping it small for pass holders, and that they'll have 9,000 people in the park once it gets to regular operations. Whew, okay. today. I am outside the park. I overall had a good experience at Silver Dollar City. Bravo to the staff at Silver Dollar City for getting everything up and running. Were there hiccups? Of course there were. It's day one. Got a bunch of new people. It's day one. You know, there were some hiccups. But overall, I think they did a great job. I think they did a great job with social distancing. As long as you're washing your hands and you're staying safe, you should be fine. I felt safe in the park, and like I said, I think they really did the best they could with the situation. And so bravo to Silver Dollar City. It was nice getting check out the new restaurant. It was nice to almost check out the cinnamon bread place and get some coffee. However, losing my wallet in the middle of that wasn't so great. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. There's really not much. There's nothing that was drastically different that it's making me say, no, don't come to Silver Dollar City. It's, you know, this is the worst time to be doing it. There really wasn't nothing like that. I think you'll be fine as long as you're okay and you feel comfortable going out. If you're afraid to get the virus, don't come out to the park. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be around a bunch of people. You're eventually going to touch a surface that someone else has touched. So if you're afraid of that, then I would not recommend going. If you're okay with it, if you feel comfortable in your situation, if you feel like you practice good hygiene, then I think you'll be fine. I think you'll enjoy the park. Like I said, the only thing is beware that because it's hot, wearing a mask is gonna be tough, and you're gonna have to take some breaks. And I'd recommend drinking a lot of water and all your typical stuff. Even right now, trying to do this vlog, I'm like running out of breath, trying to walk all the way back to my car. But the final point is also just expect the lines are gonna take a while. You know what I'm saying? I think they did a great job on Time Traveler, but as more and more people start being let in, they're gonna have to keep practicing these rules. And so just keep in mind that you're gonna have to be patient in the line. And if you don't feel like waiting in lines for very long, if that's not your thing, then you're gonna wanna get a Trailblazer pass. I can't even speak. Take that into account if you wanna visit Silver Dollar City. I'm definitely gonna be coming back throughout the year with my pass. I'm hoping to get to Mystic River Falls preview. Hopefully, Silver Dollar City, if you're watching, my email's in the description below. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be doing some more vlogs. My next theme park trip is going to be Six Flags St. Louis. I'll be headed there next, and then hopefully Worlds of Fun. I got to get so I bought a platinum pass for the first time ever, and I have to go get that process. So I'll be doing that. So yeah, definitely you want to subscribe to Destination Thrills, so that way you can see all that content coming up. I'll have vlogs. I'll have updates on what it's like to be in the park. Really interested to see how Six Flags St. Louis is going to turn out, because it's Six Flags. So definitely subscribe if you want to see all that content. I'll also be doing a lot of reviews and things like that as well. So anyway, I need to catch my breath. Thank you all for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day. Take care and have a good one. I forgot to shout out real quick. The guys at the Chain Lift were kind enough to send me a shirt from their new merch account, which is going to be Airtime Misfits. Look at this shirt. Like, I think it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to them for sending that to me, and you better believe I'm going to be wearing it out of the park. So definitely give them a follow. I'll leave a link in the description to go ahead and follow them, and they should be coming out with some merch soon, and they have some really cool ideas coming out. So stay tuned for that and go ahead and give them a follow.